I'm Evan Nause. I play for the Quebec Ramparts. I'm a 2021 NHL draft prospect, and I'm coming on the I Only Touch Greatness podcast.
Looking for the most beers on tap, great steaks, great staff? Head over to the John B. Pub.
We got the best beers, steaks, chicken wings, nachos in town. Come see us at the John B. Pub.
The John B. Pub, the best bar in town. Come sign up for our football pool. Say Hayes sent you.
The #1 sports podcast in Vancouver with Ryan Hayes and Big Mike.
Ryan Hayes and Big Mike. Never stop. I Only Touch Greatness podcast.
This is I Only Touch Greatness podcast with Ryan Hayes and Big Mike.
We'll get started here. Where were you born, and when did you start playing hockey?
I was born in White Rock, British Columbia. My roots in the game, I guess I started playing ball hockey in the basement with my dad and brother, and my dad's a huge hockey guy. I only started playing when I moved to New Brunswick. I just started playing initiation when I was 5, like got my first set of gear, started playing actually on the ice. But yeah, I spent a few nights playing ball hockey in the basement in my house in White Rock.
No. Do you remember much about White Rock, or were you too young, I guess, when you moved?
I was pretty young. No, I definitely want to go back.
It's nice out there. My family's actually from White Rock, so.
Okay, right on. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty nice to be that close to the beach. And it's nice in there, all the good stores and stuff. You'd probably like it now.
Yeah.
Did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I played a little bit of lacrosse. I actually did taekwondo for a couple of years. I played some golf. I'm a big tennis player now, so that's my second sport right now is tennis.
Okay.
Any nicknames, and what's your favorite jersey number and why?
My nickname's Nause. That's what the boys call me. My favorite jersey number, I've always worn 20. I wore 2 this year, but usually I'm number 20. I don't know. I was born on January 20th. I just always loved the number 20. I think my dad wore 2 at some point when he was younger.
Are you still a Capricorn then? Because I'm January 14th and I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. There you go. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, January, or not January. I mean, the 20 number is my favorite number as well. And it's The only reason behind mine is I was a kid, and Rob Buchan, he's a professional lacrosse player out here. He gave me his like bag, and on his bag it said number 20. So ever since then, I just wore number 20.
No way. Oh, it's a great number. That's awesome.
Well, there's a big difference too. You're probably good at your sport. This guy running around there at the cross.
Oh, that's funny.
What is he accomplishing in the next 5 to 10 years?
Sorry, you cut out there at the start.
Yeah. What do you see yourself accomplishing in the next 5 to 10 years?
I think, I definitely want to play the NHL. That's been my big goal for a long time. So just want to get established on an NHL team and set some roots there. I'm pursuing school. Like I'm doing a business degree right now online. So I definitely want to get that out of the way in the next 10 years for sure. Yeah. Just keep pursuing my dreams, pursuing hockey, and then wherever it takes me, it takes me.
Who would you say you mirror your game after, try and play like?
Growing up, I idolized Duncan Keith, his two-way game, like his poise, the way he walks the blue line, and he's got like unbelievable offensive instincts. Like and he's so solid in the D zone as well. I think he's just a super complete player, and that's someone I grew up watching.
He's an awesome defenseman, and I've always wanted him in the Canucks uniform. I mean, I know he's hated here and he gets booed every time he comes here, but he is a good defenseman, and he's from here. I mean, it would have been great for him to come back.
Yeah, no, he's incredible. I actually had a chance to talk to him on a Zoom call, and he's an incredible person too. So definitely someone I still look up to for sure.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. What's one challenge you've came across in getting to where you are today?
I think, growing up just playing minor hockey here, I always tried to push the envelope and play as an underager. And as a young kid, that didn't really go over too well with some of the local parents. I mean, you see a kid, your kid gets cut for someone who's younger or someone who's a little bit smaller, but maybe puts in more work, puts in more time. So I had to deal with that a lot at a young age. And there's always going to be haters. So I definitely had some haters, but yeah.
Okay. You just don't let those haters get into your head. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a little bit of fuel, honestly, for me. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool to come back home and I see you see some of those people walking around, and it's just nice to see them. It's kind of fun.
Absolutely.
Turn that into fuel and then just fire it up just to annoy the haters, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You and your brother must have had a lot of good battles in that household. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. We're super competitive. I got a good story for you guys. We were playing mini sticks. I was probably 10 years old, and like, this is just how competitive we are. We had a huge TV. I don't even know how big it would have been, but it was like, I was a younger kid. So it was big enough for me to fit into it. Basically, he checked me. I don't know why we had a TV in the mini stick room, but he hammered me and smashed me. I went right through the TV. I was sitting inside the TV, smashed me right through. Oh yeah, we had some good tilts. So then obviously you got to drop the gloves and scrap it out in the basement. But I broke my nose playing mini sticks with him. We smashed the TV, and whether it was mini sticks, video games, or playing ball hockey out front, we're pretty competitive brothers for sure.
That's awesome. I feel the same stuff. Me and my brother, we're 3 years apart, and there was many battles. Trust me, there was many holes in the walls, holes in the doors. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. But the TV one's pretty funny. I've never heard that, and that's pretty funny because those are those big dinosaur TVs that I remember, the big wide, huge TVs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Those big square boxed ones.
Yeah. Given the draft question, right?
Hey, if you were an animal, what would you be?
On the ice or off the ice, or just in general?
Just in general, I think.
I've gotten this question a few times. I always say a chimpanzee, and I get some funny reactions from people when they say it. But I just think, chimpanzee. Like, I'm a guy. I've always been a quick learner. I pick stuff up really quick. It's like a chimpanzee is a pretty family oriented and loyal animal. And that's kind of who I am. And obviously they love bananas, and bananas my favorite fruit. So it's a chimpanzee.
That's the first time we've ever heard that one, but I really like that answer actually. And they're so smart.
Yeah, I try to be unoriginal. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's true, and I love bananas. That's a good
It's funny you say it's funny you say the bananas thing too, because I can't remember. We interviewed so many people that I cannot remember who it was, but one of the players, and I think it was someone from Finland. He eats a banana before every period. So one before the game, one after the first, one after the second, like 3 bananas in one game. Like that's a lot of bananas.
Yeah, I try and crush a banana before the game. Like I know, or I was told it helps with cramps. So I'll try and eat a banana before a game. But my thing is applesauce. I eat 3 applesauces before, or actually 4 before, on ice warm up, after, and then in between the periods. So that's my thing.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So that led to my next question was, do you have any pregame rituals or routines?
Yeah, I'm pretty scheduled. Like my routines are the same before every game. I can run through it if you want me to.
Sure. If it's fast. Yeah, go ahead.
I do the same thing. Like I'll get to the rink. I'll hang my suit up. I'll go check out the whiteboard because our coach likes to write stuff on the whiteboard. I'll get in my gitch. I stick handle with an orange puck and a black puck for, like, we'll say it's usually 16 minutes. So I'll do 8 minutes with an orange puck, 8 minutes with a black puck, just to get the hands warmed up. Then I'll go back. We have our pregame meeting with the coaches. We'll do that. Then I have to stay behind and we'll do our power play meetings. Then we'll do our off ice team warm up. Then we go back to the room. Our team does a little ritual, like a little huddle, just to get fired up before the game. Then I'll go back to where I was stick handling, and then I'll just finish my warm up, do my own stretches. I'll go sit in the stands. I sit in the same seat. I go sit in A1. I don't know why. And I'll give my dad a call, talk to him for about 2 minutes before the game. Then I'll go back to the room, tape up both my sticks. I get dressed kind of later because I do a lot of stuff before the game. So like with 10 minutes left before on ice warm up, I'll get my gear on, and then we're ready to go. So I've been every game for as long as I.
Yeah, what I was saying was you're one of those guys who gets changed right before the game time.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I have the ritual when I get to games. I always take the end seat so no one's on my left-hand side.
Yeah.
And because I'm a germaphobe, so I don't want a whole bunch of nude bodies around around my drinks and my Gatorades or my beers, and so I always make sure there's no one sitting on my left side, and everybody always goes that. And I like to be the first person in the change room, and I like to be the first person dressed, except for your shoulder pads, because the first person that puts on their shoulder pads and their jersey on is the guy that has to fill the water bottles. Because you're the first one. You're the first one that's undressed, or the first one to get.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's how we do it at beer league, though.
Yeah, we've had some weird rituals. I'm trying to think of some, but one was a football player. He blew up a balloon before the game with a straw. And then we had Connor Geek. He puts on his right leg pad on his left on his right. And then there was one yesterday or the day before, Rye, but I can't remember what it was now.
I don't know. Okay.
What's your favorite? What's your dream stadium you want to play in one day?
I think it'd be cool to play in Montreal. Like, you just hear how crazy, how crazy that building gets. But I'm a Canucks fan, so getting to play in Vancouver would be incredible. I see you got all the Canucks memorabilia. That's awesome. Getting to play in Vancouver would be really special.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd love to have you here. I know that this draft is coming up pretty quick. And how are you preparing?
Yeah, it's a couple months out. I've been pretty busy with interviews and stuff. Honestly, I'm just trying to just kind of enjoy it. That's a little cliche, I think, but it's true. That's all you can do. And then you just got to kind of focus on what you can control. Like I just got back I'm going to start training again on Monday. So I think that'll help take a little weight off my shoulders. Like it's tough not to think about it, but you just got to kind of keep in the back of your mind and then just keep working. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't to get drafted wherever you get drafted. It's to actually make the jump and play. So just got to keep perspective on that, I think.
Okay.
Absolutely. And how important is a player's public image these days?
Like in what regard? Like what do you mean by
social media wise and what they post and that kind of stuff? Yeah,
it's different for everyone. Like a guy like Crosby who doesn't have social media, I think that's incredible that he can do that, and he's got the following he does. yeah, I think there's definitely, there's a public image piece, and I'm not a huge social media guy. I have Instagram, I have Twitter, anything. I'm on Facebook, but I try and stay off of that as much as I can. But I think it actually, I got this question again before, like Instagram can be used to your benefit. Like you can show people, maybe you're a funny guy and you wouldn't know that. I guess you can use Instagram to show your personality a little bit better and generate a different fan base.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely positives and negatives, and that's why we always like to ask that question. I mean, there is the negatives too, where you get caught 3-4 years down the road that you posted something you probably shouldn't have posted, and that kind of thing happens too.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of cool to see athletes like really taking advantage of social media now. And I mean, you see guys, they're starting to stream video games, and like, if you would have told me that a couple of years ago, I'd have been like, oh, there's no way. But I think that's pretty cool. I love. I think that's where the game's going. It's cool.
And that's the thing we're trying to learn how to do too, is stream live. So we can record these interviews one day live stream, which we haven't figured out how to do yet. So that's coming one day.
So you guys don't record and like post it on YouTube, or is it?
No, we do.
Okay.
We do, but it's all recorded, and then he adds highlights and stuff like that to it, and then we post on YouTube. But he's talking about like actually doing it like live, where we can do like Instagram live or that kind of thing.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn how to do that one day, but I haven't figured that out yet. The modern technology isn't for us old people.
What would you say your favorite road barn is in the queue?
Well, I didn't get the fan experience this year, so it's kind of tough to say.
Oh yeah. Like,
I mean, our rink's incredible. It's huge. It's an NHL barn. It's amazing. I don't know. We played in Val d'Or, and it actually it's kind of an older rink, but the seats are really low. The glass is really low, so I'm sure it gets rocking when there's some fans there. But yeah, I'm really excited for next year to get the fans back in the buildings, and I'm sure I'll have a different answer for you next year.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's where Justin Robe. That's where our boy Justin Robida plays too. Is Val d'Or.
Yeah. He's a good player.
Yeah. Okay. And what do you see as a weakness of yours, and how are you looking to improve it?
I'm a skinnier guy. I think I have a lot of a lot of room to put on strength, put on muscle, gain some weight. So I think this summer it's going to be huge for me. Just putting on strength and trying to fill up my frame.
Okay. Good. Those are things you can always work on, right? So that's a good thing. Who would you say?
What I've been doing, Mike. Okay.
Who's the best player you've played with and against?
The best player I played with, I don't know. We had a pretty loaded team at a couple tournaments when I was younger. Like I played with Alex Newhook, Dawson Mercer, Justin Barron, like all those, a bunch of first round picks. We all played on the same team. I went to prep school with Dawson Mercer, and I just played in the playoffs. Like he's incredible.
He is. He's fun to watch for Team Canada at the World Juniors too.
Yeah, he's like an amazing athlete too. We were doing some swimming stuff at school, and he's just blowing everybody out of the water. Like he's unbelievable at swimming. He's an incredible runner. Like he's just one of those guys. He's a little bit of a freak of nature. But yeah, he's a phenomenal guy, and he's an incredible hockey player. So that's probably one of the best guys I played with for sure. Best guy I played against Lafreniere back in the day. And they had like Lafreniere, Poulin, Pelletier, like all those guys on the team.
Stacked.
Yeah, they were loaded. And so yeah, I played against some good guys. It's fun. We've had some good battles.
You want to go to?
Yeah, we got.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
No. Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, we got Dawson Mercer's little brother coming on here. I think next weekend. I was just trying to line him up right now. I didn't even know he was a goalie either.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one. He's a personality. He's awesome. Yeah.
Okay, good. We got our work cut out for us. Then we're gonna have to get started ready.
That's right.
And do you have a go-to Selly?
Go-to Sally? I don't know. Not a huge goal scorer, boys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Usually when I get like a backdoor, like nice play, I seem to be scoring like one-timers or like someone will give me a nice pass and I'll do my best to finish it. So usually I just point at the guy that gives it to me. And honestly, usually when I score, I kind of like, whoa, I just scored. So what do I do for a celebration? I have no idea. So
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
What's your biggest hockey moment so far in your career, or your best performance? Would you say?
I'll go with my biggest, like my favorite hockey moment. I'll never forget this. I was playing we were playing in Swift Current at U17. I was playing for Team Canada. I actually had the C on. I was a captain. My parents were in the stands. We were playing Sweden. It was already special enough. And then I hadn't seen my brother for about 3 months. He was in Lloydminster playing junior hockey as well. And he made a surprise visit. His billets drove him down. It was like a 4 or 5 hour drive to surprise me. I remember our coach was breaking it down like at a TV timeout. I kind of look up behind to see where my parents are sitting, and there was my brother giving me a big smile. And I'll never forget that. That was pretty incredible.
That is pretty cool. And that led to my next question too, is what was it like representing our country?
Yeah, it's pretty special. And the group of guys we had there at U17 was unbelievable. Like, we were best friends. We were family almost like 2 days after getting off the plane in Medicine Hat. So yeah, it was really special. And it's definitely something I want to get the chance to do again.
If you could sit down for dinner with anyone famous, dead or alive, who would you choose?
I'd pick can I pick one person, or how many?
You can go. You can pick a couple.
I'll pick 3. I'd pick Chris Farley, Jim Carrey, and Emma Watson. Those would be my 3. I got a huge crush on Emma Watson. Amazing. Jim Carrey's hilarious. Like, Dumb and Dumber is my favorite movie. I love everything he does. And then obviously Chris Farley. I wasn't around for his time, but like, just seeing him on different interviews and seeing him in movies, I think, he's the best.
Couple of comedians in there, and one of mine is always Seth Rogen.
Okay, yeah, Seth Rogen's hilarious.
Yeah.
I always go with Muhammad Ali, or if it was hockey, obviously the great one.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Are you much of a golfer? Being a Canucks fan, I hope you know how to golf.
I'm brutal at golf. That's kind of why I gravitate more to tennis, because I'm a little bit better at tennis. But like, I'll get out there, and there's nothing better than playing golf with the boys. Like, playing golf with your buddies is awesome. So I'll get out there and whack the ball around. I'm not keeping track or keeping score, because I'm not very good, but it's fun.
That's
like me. That's like me too. I like driving the cart and drinking beer, but that's about it.
Yeah, driving the cart's awesome too. Yeah.
I get out there at the golf course, and I'm like, well, I got 1 ball per hole. So if I can make it to the end of the 18 holes with only losing 18 balls, it's been a good round.
It's been a great day. That's hilarious.
I love the golfing. Like you're saying, get out there and drive the carts and have a couple of wobbly pops with your friends, and it's a
great way to interact with the boys. Like, it's super fun.
Exactly. I could care less if I'm hitting the ball into the water or into the trees to the far right, or
yeah, exactly. And then every once in a while you get to play with a guy that's like, he's kind of a hardo. He's super into it, and you get to say stuff in his backswing or try and throw him off. I love doing that stuff too. That's
I met
secret air horn in their bag.
Exactly. You put the golf cart in reverse so it does the big beep or whatever. Yeah.
I remember going to pitch and putt, and like the battles with your brother, with me and my brother, and like we're at pitch and putt. Like, I am terrible. I'm like Adam Sandler of golf, and I just remember him breaking a club over the back of my heel, like, just because he got so pissed off at me.
Oh my goodness. I've had some good battles with my brother at the driving range, just seeing who can hit the ball further. Yeah, that's hilarious.
What would you say your favorite Gatorade color is in stick tape?
Gatorade color in stick tape?
Yeah.
My favorite Gatorade color is probably the blue. I don't know what it's called. What is it? It's like it's the new one that came out. Not like the blue, the old blue, but there's Frost. Maybe is it Blue Frost?
Yeah.
That's incredible. And I mix it with protein powder after the game too. I don't know if you guys have ever done it, like with vanilla protein powder. It tastes like a creamsicle.
Really? Okay. I have to try that.
It's pretty delicious. And stick tape, I only use white tape.
Okay. So while you're on the white tape thing, I always tell this story. I take my stick in white too, but I took a puck and traced it, and then moved it over, traced it again, moved it over Trace again. So I colored it in with a Sharpie, so it looked like I had 3 pucks on the end of my white tape.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
In Div 10 beer league, and it didn't even work for him.
Oh my, that's incredible. Camouflage. That's pretty smart though. A little deception. I love that. That's
and then when we were asking you about your go-to celly, my go-to celly is also the. I go, you can't see me, like John. I do that to the goalie or the other team's bench, and I usually get attacked.
Oh gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's because I only score like maybe say our seasons are only 28 games, so I maybe get 8 to 10 goals in a season. So every time I score, I'm getting. You
gotta go big. You gotta go big for sure.
Well, 8 to 10 goals, maybe empty netters.
I get about 8 to 10. We'll say a little more around the 8.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with empty netters, boys. My first goal in the queue was an empty netter, so there's nothing wrong with that.
I love it.
That was one of my questions too.
It was one of our questions. Can you take us back to your first Q goal?
Yeah, well, my first Q goal was there's probably 30 seconds left on the clock. We're playing Rimouski. They pull the goalie. I had a little bit of time. It was behind the goal line too, I think. I just sent a long bomb down. I remember watching an interview and Nick Lidstrom talked about how he used to practice empty netters because if you can put that in, that's a skill. And I used to practice that last year in Sioux Falls, and I feel pretty confident going for the empty cage. So I shot it, and I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing Pat on the bench like, "Oh, what are you doing? It's going to be icing." But actually, I got it in. So yeah, that was my first goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it like playing for Patty?
Yeah, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. Like it's incredible. He's pretty tough though, boys. I'm sure you've seen. You've definitely seen stuff of him before. Even like in his first NHL game, pushing the glass down. I mean, he would do anything for the boys. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's the most passionate guy I've ever met. And everything he does is like. He wants to get the best out of the guys, and
he's always going at like 150 and the intensity and stuff. Oh. And I actually like a coach like that. Like I don't like the coach that sits back and super quiet, says 3 words under his breath, and I like the coach that's actually dedicated, that's in with the boys, like getting them pumped up.
He's probably sweating the most out of anybody at practice. He's working the hardest too. I think it's unbelievable to see. Yeah, it's awesome. And
how do you wind down after a big win?
I don't know, just everything. All our games this year were kind of in bubbles, so we were staying at hotels. So I was always with the guys. Usually, just go back and throw on some Family Feud or do something like that with the boys. Just try and hang. Yeah, we were always hanging out together and having some fun. Yeah.
What would you say your go-to music is? Do you have a go-to song before games that gets you pumped up?
I listened to the same SoundCloud thing. My trainer last year in Sioux Falls showed it to me. It's called Day Long Season, Blackout. I've listened to it probably, 85 times just before every game, and it's getting old, boys. I'm going to be honest. Like, it's getting really old. I got to mix it up, but I was playing well, and I was kind of happy with, so I haven't changed it up. Yet, but this summer I'm definitely going to have to test the waters and change the music.
It's funny when we ask all our hockey prospects, they usually roll with like the Big Booty remix. Yeah. When we ask the football players, they always go with Meek Mill or Little Baby. It's like constantly Meek Mill, Little Baby. Hockey's always Big Booty remix. Yeah, well, that's true. In the room, that's what we got going is the Big Booty remix. So they've got some good ones. Yeah.
Okay.
How do you describe your game, or what do you bring to the table if a GM or scout were to ask?
I think I would describe myself as just kind of a two-way, quick puck moving defenseman. I love jumping in on the offensive side of things. Like I think I can bring my offensive game to the table, but I also want to be relied upon in the D zone to make the big plays or be out there in the final minutes. I'd kind of describe myself a little bit as like a Swiss Army knife, just a two-way guy.
Are you planning to attend the draft?
I haven't heard anything about. I don't know. Is it going to be online? I don't even know yet. I don't know if it's
not sure either. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, they haven't announced anything, so I have no idea. But I mean, that'd be pretty sweet to be able to attend the draft.
Hopefully,
on the flip side, all my best friends live right around the corner here, so it'd be pretty cool to share that day with them as well.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Me and Ryan attended the draft when it was here out in Vancouver a couple years ago now, and But honestly, to this day, we talk about it, me and him, that it was like one of the best experiences we ever had. Like, we got to chat with some of the players, meet some of the players, and then watching the draft. Like, it was actually pretty cool. Like, even though we're not related to these players at all or anything, and just seeing their face and their family's face and them walking across that stage, it's a pretty unique moment.
Definitely. What was Vancouver? Was that Jack Hughes? Was that the 01 class, or who was in?
Jack Hughes, Caulfield.
Oh, it was all the US NTDP. Yeah, that was a loaded. Yeah, that'd been sweet.
And then Bowen Byram was like 4th overall.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah.
Our Canucks took Pud Colson.
Yeah. And we're huge fans of that Bowen Byram guy. You know, he's a beauty.
Have you had him on the?
No, we've not yet. We're trying our hardest to get to him.
Oh, like that guy seems like an absolute character. Yeah, just seeing videos of him. I remember he took over the Hockey Canada Instagram page last year, and it was just hilarious, the stuff he was putting up, and he's good for content, definitely, I'd say.
I know. We've met him a few times.
Yeah, we met him a few times, and everyone that's played with him, every time we ask him, like, who's the guy that pumps you guys up? Who's the guy in the dressing room that gets you guys going? Every single one of them will say Bowen Byram. Like, he's cracking jokes the whole time. He's keeping people loose. He's definitely a team guy, and I think he's going to be a captain of the Avalanche one day.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because we go to a lot of Vancouver Giants games being right around here. So it makes for fun times getting to know the players. And now, of course, we have the podcast. So now, had we have had the podcast before, we only just started this 1 year ago today.
Wow.
So we been doing this for 1 year, but of course there was no fans allowed. So had we have gotten the chance to meet some people actually at the games and stuff, we would maybe have some more of the WHL players on.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, congrats on 1 year. That's awesome.
So, yeah, thank you. Actually today. That's a 1 year anniversary today.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
Hey, Evan, how do you feel when people recognize you in public and ask you for your autograph?
Honestly, it hasn't happened that much, that much yet. I think that's really cool. Like, that's something as a kid you kind of look forward to, or that's what you really want. So hopefully it gets to a point like that someday. But I don't think we're not quite there yet.
Oh, as soon as you get drafted.
As soon as you get drafted, and I totally forgot that you guys played in the bubble again. So there was obviously no fan interaction at all.
But it's really cool how our team handles it. Actually, like, I get DMs all the time for people. Like, they'll have pictures and they want to get them signed, so they'll actually just send them to the rink, and the team will distribute them out, and we'll sign them and send them back to them. And that's another thing about Pat as well. Like, he's got so much time for fans. You go in and see on his desk, it's just like a huge pile of people wanting autographs, and he'll do them all, and he's really, really cool about that stuff.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, Evan, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time for us today and coming on and chatting with us. Obviously, we're big fans of you, and we wish you best of luck in your hockey career. And we know you guys, we know you're going to be going far in hockey, and we're going to cheer you on for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I really appreciate this, and sorry for taking so long to get on here. And honestly, this has been great. This is something we'll have to do again. This stuff's fun. I love doing this. So I'll be super happy to come back on for sure.
Perfect. We love to get you guys back on closer, say maybe definitely after the draft, and then we'll always keep an eye on you because we're going to be a big fan of you going forward. So we'll get you on again down the road.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll have your jersey on our wall one day.
I hope so. Yeah,
when the Canucks take you.
Yeah,
that's right.
Sure.
He looked pretty good in blue and green. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think so.
And Ryan, I gotta try that puck thing you said. I think my next game I'm gonna be drawing pucks on my stick tape. So I appreciate that.
If you do that, make sure you can get a picture of it and warm up and send it to me.
And honestly, I might even pull out one of these Sallys if I can score. So
hey, if you do that, man, we were actually, when you say that, we had the team Latvia on at the U18 Latvia team. They came on and they're like, oh yeah, they heard about my celebration and the stick tape. And they're like, we're going to go out there and do it in the warm-up for you.
No way.
But of course, they didn't show it on TV, so I never got to know if they actually did. But
oh, that's hilarious.
Looking for the most beers on tap, great steaks, great staff? Head over to the John B. Pub.
We got the best beers, steaks, chicken wings, nachos in town. Come see us at the John B. Pub.
The John B Pub, the best bar in town. Come sign up for our football pool. Say Hayes sent you.